Yeah, Rob G. Speaking of fair, some college coaches saying it ain't really fair what's going on in college right now.
Yeah, this is the gift that keeps on giving in the world of college sports. This all kind of started years ago, to be honest, but this really has hit a crest in the last week and a half. And that is because on Christmas Eve, Baylor announced that they would be signing the 31st pick in the 2023 NBA draft, a young man by the name of James Nagy, to their active roster. The reason why this is important is because even though Nagy was drafted 31st overall, he played in the NBA Summer League. In fact, he was part of the Karl Anthony Towns trade that sent him to the Knicks. He never actually played in an NBA game, and he spent the last 5 years instead playing in the EuroLeague, which means in a roundabout way, because he never actually played in the NBA, he is eligible, maintains his eligibility to play in college. This has led a number of college coaches to get real up in arms about it. Last week, it was Tom Izzo. Earlier today, it was John Calipari. Take a listen to Coach Cal on the subject.
Well, look, I don't blame coaches. You know, I've got friends that are playing with 27-year-olds and they feel bad. I said, don't feel bad. We don't have any rules. Why should you feel bad? But let me give you this. Real simple. The rules be's the rules. So if you put your name in the draft, I don't care if you're from Russia and you stay in the draft, you can't play college basketball. Well, that's only for American kids. What? If your name is in that draft and you got drafted, you can't play because that's our rule. Yeah, but that's only for American kids. Okay, now, here's the next lawsuit. Well, we don't have a say over European players. You do if they're playing in college basketball. So that means you don't have a say over high school kids. So whatever a high school kid does before he comes here, don't you do one thing because there's a suit. Because what you're saying is, if he's in Europe, we don't have the same rules.
All right, Rob, do you have an update from the
Yeah, so this clip obviously went viral. We'll get to here in a second. But in the wake of this, the NCAA has released a statement with regards to the whole situation. NCAA President Charlie Baker says in part, quote, the NCAA has not and will not grant eligibility to any prospective or returning student athletes who have signed an NBA contract. This includes a two-way contract. Somehow, some way, Najee's in the gray area where he got neither, so he's eligible.
Okay, and I'm going to say this, Kelvin. These coaches are such hypocrites. They really are. And what they used to do to kids was they used to punish kids who wanted to enter the draft, even if they didn't have an agent or even if they didn't get drafted. You know what they used to tell those kids? Tough luck. You cannot come back to college basketball. Why not? They didn't have an agent and they weren't drafted. They thought their stock was higher. They didn't get drafted. Why shouldn't you be able to come back? It was punishment. It was trying to scare the kids from trying to better themselves and taking a chance in life. And now the whole idea is to punish. This kid hasn't played. You could play around the NBA. When you go look in the NBA stats and ask a guy, does he get an NBA pension? Does he get an NBA pension?
I would assume not.
No, he didn't play. He hasn't played in the NBA. There's a lot of guys who played in summer league and they wore a uniform. They didn't play in the league. I hate to break it to you. I don't remember these guys, Tom Izzo and all these other people, coaches doing all the stuff that they do, all the money that they've made. I don't remember John Calipari being so worked up that Rick Pitino School had prostitutes in the dorm and all that other stuff and all the other penalties and punishment for those. I don't remember those press conferences. I don't remember them coming out and saying this is awful. The reason that college basketball is where they are is because of greed. They never wanted to share with the players. They used to penalize players. Who penalizes a kid who wants to go back to college? He wasn't drafted. Oh no. How dare you put yourself in the draft, right? How dare you? You're not coming back here. What? That's education? That we're denying kids a chance to come back to college? I'm sorry. That's why I understand this. And the NCAA, they would have a problem, especially with NIL and money now that they give people to deny this kid a chance to play. They would lose because he hadn't signed an NBA contract. And that's what the rules say. That this is not before where if you just – he's talking about old rules. Mm-hmm. Those were the old rules. So I don't have an issue with it, the NCAA. I think if they finally got it right and they understand where they are, this is not amateur sports anymore. Anybody who thinks so, you're kidding yourself.
Which is why we were talking here. I wrote down NCAA's days are numbered. Their days are numbered.
They're already –
you talk about the phrase on the clock. They're big time on the clock because – a broke clock is right twice a day. And John Calipari, while I disagree with some things over his tenure that he said or done, this time I think some of what he was saying was right. So first of all, Rob G, what's the kid's name again that's kind of in the midst of all of this?
James Najee.
Najee. You can't come back, Rob. I totally disagree. It's one thing, the first point you made, I get. Put my name in the draft, just want to see where I am, just see what's – okay, cool, I'm straight, I'm staying. You never really left. You leave. You've been gone 5 years. You go play pro overseas. You get in a G League, part of a trade in the NBA. You are gone officially. You cannot come back to college. I watched March Madness last year, and I saw more dudes on those courts that I'm looking like, did I go to high school with him? And I'm 20-something years older than most of those players. That's how old some of these kids look. That part of it's gone too far. He brought up a great point as well. If you're kind of saying, well, that's over there, that's overseas, then you got to keep your hands out of high school. You know how many kids could not go to college because Under Armour and Nike sent them a bunch of clothes and stuff to wear? I can be a billboard for you, Rob, but what I can't do is have 500 pairs of shoes that you sent me over a couple years. You know what I can't do? I can't sell one measly pair because now I'm ineligible. Like, that's crazy. The NCAA, rule here, no rule there. Transfer here, but don't transfer there. Go overseas and play, but wait, you can come back. Don't go, but get an agent, you can't come back. The NCAA does not know what they're doing, and it is causing chaos, and it is hurting the game. And you and I were talking just off the air a little bit. Dude, I remember watching games, and you knew the teams. They were replaying because of they were replaying Duke recently, the Christian – everybody hates Christian Laettner doc. And you saw him and Bobby Hurley and Grant Hill all these years. And you knew it, you loved it, you saw them lose to UNLV, they came back, they bounced back, and it's losing that luster. So I'm happy, do what you want, get paid to the players. I'm not knocking that portion of it. But the NCAA, by overcompensating, has created this concept. By never paying players.
It's not overcompensating. It states you can't sign a contract. He didn't sign a contract.
To make sure I'm correct.
He didn't sign a contract.
Did you tell me that man was part of a trade for Karl Anthony Towns?
His draft rights, his rights to him.
His draft rights.
When I'm saying it, and I'm not.
Rob,
what
you just said draft rights.
Once you get part of draft rights, once you're part of the G League and summer leagues, what are we doing here?
Look up his name on all-time NBA players in the NBA.
I hear what you're saying.
I'm asking you if you looked it up.
I'm disagreeing.
He's not listed because he didn't play in the league. He didn't play 1 minute in the NBA.
If you go to the G League, if you're part of trades rights and we have rights and other, and you go play overseas in the pro ranks, you can't come back you can come back and get an education. Because college is for anybody. We got 70-year-olds going back. You don't got to play on my team.
Rob G,
come on back.
How old was Chris Weinke when he won the Heisman Trophy?
26.
28.
Was he 28?
He was 28 years old playing college football. Stop it. 28.
You on my point. I just said we've said too many old people in these sports.
My point is that it doesn't matter. Chris
Weinke didn't go play.
It doesn't matter, but this kid did not.
That's what I'm saying.
This kid did not play in the NBA.
He played
He still has his eligibility.
In the summer league.
It doesn't matter.
The NBA, that's their league.
College players play with pro players all the time in the summer.
Yeah, UCLA, come hoop with us.
No, but that's the same thing.
Summer leagues, I don't mind that.
It's the same exact thing because none of the stats count. None of it counts. None of it counts.
You are on the NBA.
No, you are not.
You are not. The NBA is the summer league is theirs.
Are you in the NBA when you play in the summer league? I'm asking you.
I'm really saying that. That's my answer.
No, Kelvin. Come on, man. You're smart.
Dude, If I
It's
have
not-
my own thing, my
not-
players we've invited to come to this thing who are Energy League, who
No,
have draft
he
rights
has the
to,
NBA. He has
and
the
I have
NBA
draft
pension.
rights to.
He has the NBA. He's in the NBA
No.
pension. Why not? You said he's in the league.
He's in the league.
He's not in the league.
He has become.
He's not in
no
the league.
longer an amateur. He's no
he's
longer
not.
college.
He's not in the league.
That's easy to me. That's an easy fix.
No, it says if
And-
you sign
and
a contract, you can't play. He
and
didn't
the
sign
idea,
one.
and I also
It's
agree.
real simple.
And I
think
also
the
agree
NCAA's right.
with the transfer. He talked. We didn't really play that much on the clip. He talked about you get one free transfer.
No, you don't.
No.
Why?
And it, as coaches, as long as it's the same thing with coaches, meaning you can't sign a 4 or 5 year deal and then leave a year or two
Rob
in.
G,
I'm all right with
I got
that.
a question for you. I'm not even going to ask you. I want to ask
Yeah.
Rob G. Do the players transfer themselves to other teams, or do coaches accept them? You keep right. The coaches accept them.
After I put my name in the portal.
No, but it ain't that. If you coaches don't want it, don't take transfers. If you have an issue with it,
He literally just said,
you can't
I got
transfer yourself.
I got coaches
You
feeling
can't
bad that they're playing 27 years,
No,
but that's the rule. That's
no,
what's
it
free.
ain't. It's not.
That's what
it's
he
the
said.
rule, but you don't have to accept the transfer, guys.
And what world
Why?
what world are we not
You're
going to do
blaming
something
you're
when they're
blaming
doing?
No,
I'm
you
not
don't have
blaming the
to.
kids. I'm not blaming
Tell
the kids.
coaches not to
I'm
draft
saying
them.
here's my new rule.
Tell the coaches not to take them.
They won't be able to because
Please.
here's my new rule.
Terrible.
You get a transfer, otherwise you can transfer again, Rob.
Man,
you
come
can.
on. These coaches
Just give
dip
it-
on these
And
players all the time.
I just said, as long
Come
as the
on,
coaches
man.
honor the same thing.
Yeah, good luck.
But
Good
then,
luck.
Then it stays the same.
These kids have a right. The
They
coach
do.
leaves, or they bring
I'm
in.
with you on
they
that.
lie to him. They say, "Oh yeah, come on, you're gonna be our quarterback," and then he got bring in 2 other 5-star, and I'm not gonna play. I'm gonna stick around.
Ain't no way.
I'm gonna stick around for
you
what?
telling me a dude
I'm
that
gonna stick around.
trade draft rights, played in the summer league, played overseas for 5 years, and then gets to come back to college? That's That's crazy. Absolutely crazy.
No, it ain't. 877-99
So then
on
can a
Fox.
college player who never they think, can he go back to high school? Well, they never played me. I never stepped foot on the college court. Can I go back to high school?
Could you stop?
All right, Rob. So they're watching us right now, which means another thing they can do is what?
They can subscribe. All you got to do is hit that button, subscribe to The Odd Couple for some of the best sports talk content in the nation.
Facts. And while you're at it, they can like, they can comment, they can share, do all that for us. We appreciate it. Just do all that right up in here.